Hello all. I thought I'd do a video on Windows 10 technical preview. It's free to download for anybody that wishes to. You can install it in a virtual machine or from a VHD or on your system like I have. I should say that I've been trying this out a few times and the system image restore works fine, and as does the refresh your PC from the Windows 8 is still in Windows 10 preview or tech preview, and the sync operations, if you log in with your Microsoft account and have that set up, things such as your themes and wallpapers and the way you have your mouse set up and so on are kept for you if you ask it to. Alright, so this is not a default setup. As you can see, I have a couple of things in the taskbar. Obviously Firefox. The other thing is Clear Clipboard script, which I've been using since Windows XP, maybe before, I can't remember. So with that said, let's get to it. Windows key, start menu. Obviously, again, I've customized it to basically what I want, not quite. This area I cleaned up, and as always you can click properties and navigation, start menu. Where's the zoom? There it is. Store and display recently opened programs on the start. I usually untick that, and the same with this opened items like documents, etc. And you can clear personal information from the tiles, so that would be in your start this here. So if I do that and clear and click apply, go back to the start, everything, the live tiles have been cleared basically. And speaking of tiles and previews and stuff, this is the application store. You notice it didn't open in full screen. You can resize this, and if you wish you can go full screen like so. And I don't know if there's a key combination for that, but you can do that. You can tile it to the side, and that brings me to the tiling feature. You can go quarter screen, full screen, quarter screen at the bottom. It's a little bit tricky to get, but it does work. You can do the same thing with the keyboard. There's a task view, so you can add a desktop. And then if you go to here, it's the first desktop. Again, I don't know if there's a keyboard shortcut. So this is the second desktop, so I open Internet Explorer. And as a side note, this is another example of sync. In Windows 8, I had Internet Explorer open in Start page, and that's what I have. That's what I had when I logged in. Okay, and you press Alt and Tab. It'll give you an overview, so you can go back and forth between the task views. Okay, so if you close this, it'll just go back to the default desktop. And we have search everywhere on the start menu, as well as this here, this icon here, search everywhere. You can search for, there's a recent search, me, my handle, and it'll come up in Bing. Back to the start menu, you can resize it up and down, and you go down to sniper view, sniper mode. And as usual, you can uninstall, pin to taskbar, unpin from start, resize, turn off the live tile, and so on. Same behavior as in other Windows versions. You could pin stuff to the start menu by dragging and dropping something. So if you open the Windows key in Xworks, that's right. I forgot to mention that is, and you go to Control Panel. And say if you want something like services, administrative tools, and services here, you can just take it down and drag it and pin it to the start. You can rearrange them, etc. So it's handy. You can remove from list if you don't want that. Another subtle change is like a drop shadow effect. So if I right click and select properties, you see there's a little drop shadow happening here effect. Almost like the UAC prompt where it darkens the background. Not quite as apparent though, but it's kind of a nice touch. Obviously you can turn that off in the settings. And as far as activation goes, it's the same. Obviously this auto activated because it is just a release preview. The computer name was just generated for me. Wasn't asked to set up a computer name. And finally, as far as the boot time goes, it's basically the same as Windows 8, Windows 7. I didn't notice any difference. I am running this from a solid state drive. I didn't measure it with anything. It just feels about the same. And unfortunately, the Windows indexing, not the search, but the experience index, it doesn't work yet. Which brings me to one more thing. I found a key for terminal, or I did anyway. So right-click and go to command prompt, and you can adjust a couple of things. You go to properties. There's experimental here, and you can adjust the slider here. Press OK, and now it's transparent. You can also resize it this way now, which is very nice to see. And that's a nice touch. There was supposed to be a Control V or Control Shift V or something to copy from the clipboard, but it's not in there. I hope it does. I hope that makes it in there. The command prompt is still useful in Windows for doing certain things. So I think I'll wrap this up, and thank you to everyone that's watching this, and have a great day and great evening, and we'll talk to you soon, and bye for now.